Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Love.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Love you.
You
You too. Let us know. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am here with yet another travel vlog of our time spent in Washington and Portland. We had so much fun. We just got back yesterday and I'm so sad that we're that we're home. I just love it there so much. We were actually originally supposed to fly into Seattle on Friday. It was going to be like a Friday through the following Saturday trip. Our friends were having a baby shower that Saturday after we flew in. That was kind of the primary reason for this whole trip. We also just decided to extend it and stay at a couple different Airbnbs to just kind of put feelers out for different places that we might want to live up there. And we ended up actually having to cut our trip a little bit short because Jesse and I both got COVID the week before we were supposed to go. I think we got it from my brother the weekend before when we were at the lake, which if you guys haven't seen that vlog, I posted a vlog of us at the lake as well. And yeah, I didn't realize my brother was sick until basically the day we were leaving. So that was a huge bummer because we spent that whole week leading up to our trip sick and not feeling well. And unfortunately, we decided we couldn't go to the baby shower. We would still be pretty contagious around that time. And even though we were both feeling better by like Friday and Saturday, we were also supposed to stay in an Airbnb with a couple other friends who were going to go to the baby shower. So we didn't want to risk getting them sick either. So we just decided to cancel kind of like the first leg of our trip, which was Friday through Monday, which was a huge bummer because the whole reason we were going on this trip was to go to our friend's baby shower and see them. This is their first kid, so we were really excited, but it wouldn't really be safe for us to be around them. Even if we had masks or if we were outside, we just didn't want to take the risk. So we were able to rebook our flights to Monday morning, and by Monday we were pretty much totally better. And because our trip kind of got cut short, we packed a lot of activities into the 5 days that we were there. So we were driving all over the place, trying to see a bunch of different stuff. So we flew in Monday, landed around 11:40 in the morning, and we immediately took off to Cannon Beach. Just got in our rental car.
You both have a great rest of your day, okay?
You too, thank you.
Cheers.
Hot.
I think it's become tradition for us at this point to have Pizza Cat anytime we are near Portland. So we stopped at our favorite pizza restaurant in Portland and had lunch, and it was delicious, as it always is. It's in my like top 3 favorite pizza places in the world, honestly. It's so good. We had lunch, then we headed to Cannon Beach. I had heard a lot about Cannon Beach, but it was so cute. It was like a quaint little seaside town. There was a bunch of shops and boutiques. We went into a bookstore and it was just beautiful. It felt so nice. We walked along the beach for a little while. We went to this beach in particular because at it is Haystack Rock, which is a really cool landmark. It's like a 250-foot tall rock. It was really cool. There was a lot of people down there, you know, from Monday afternoon. It was pretty busy. We passed by this restaurant slash, like, I think a brewery maybe. I can't remember the name, but we decided to just pop in for like an afternoon drink. And we just enjoyed it outside and basked in the wonderful, delicious weather that we were experiencing. My hair got so crazy from the humidity. It's like super like...
You get a lot of volume from it.
Yeah. But I wanted it to be straight.
Oh. I thought you wanted volume.
It's just past 6 o'clock. We are leaving Cannon Beach and I am starving. We can't forget to stop at the flower stand and see if there's still flowers.
I ate half of her lunch, which is why I'm still full.
That is true, you did eat half my lunch. There's a lot of food. We decided to drive to a nearby town for dinner called Seaside because I saw that there was a birria place, and I don't often get the chance to indulge in quesadilla tacos. They're so good. Unfortunately, when we pulled up, they were closed. I don't know why, because it said they were supposed to be open till 8, but they were not open, so we had to pivot. So we just kind of walked down the street until we found somewhere else to eat, and we ended up finding this cute sushi place on the corner, so we had sushi for dinner, and it was delicious. We didn't really walk around very much. We basically just drove straight home after that and got home late that night. We checked into our Airbnb, which was in Vancouver, Washington. So it was about, I think, like an hour and maybe 40-minute drive to get back to our Airbnb. We also stopped at a flower stand on the side of the road that I saw, and Jesse got some flowers for us to have in the Airbnb, which was really nice. They were super pretty. Now we are pulled over on the side of Sunset Highway because we saw a flower stand, and Jesse really wanted to get some flowers to have in the Airbnb while we're there. So he pulled over. The sign was like 30 feet in front of the stand, and we're on a highway where the speed limit is 55, so he like immediately pulled over. Luckily no one was behind us, and he ran back there, so I think he's getting some because he's... Anyways, it is gonna be like 9:30 p.m.-ish by the time we actually get to our Airbnb to check in Vancouver. And then we're probably just going to go to sleep because 9:30 here is 11:30 Texas time. And we're both exhausted, so probably just gonna get in our jammies and go to bed. Oh, you did get some. How cute.
This one was the fullest out of the 3.
Yeah.
This one had the most colors and most flowers.
It's cute. Wow. Oh my gosh, look how cute. These flowers need a little love. Oh, this one hasn't even really opened yet. This purple one's
another
beautiful.
one that wasn't fully open.
Thanks. Oh, there's some lavender in the back here.
I still want to buy
Oh my gosh, smell the lavender.
There's
Smell it.
there's dahlia in there.
I love dahlias.
I don't know what those actually are. I'm guessing those are the...
Love the lavender smell. So cute. Yeah, you made a great choice, babe. It's so
just because
cute.
it has the most options. Like, it looked a lot fuller. These were like the only flowers, and so from like a top down angle, it looked really empty.
You did a good job. Good job. On Tuesday, we went to breakfast at a cafe in Vancouver. It was called Blue Door Bakery. This place was so delicious. The coffee was great. They give you a mini croissant with your meal. We sat outside and ate. It was so good. Yummy. What'd you get?
I got a butter croissant.
Then we drove a few minutes away to the Waterfront Renaissance Trail. This is a trail along the Washington side of the Columbia River. It was definitely a really beautiful view, and the sun was out. It was pretty warm, so it felt really nice. We ran into a horde of like 30 ducks, which was amazing. Ducks are my second favorite animal after otters, and I just love when I get to encounter them. They were like 5 feet away on the sidewalk. We did go to the grocery store after this and get groceries for several meals that we had, mostly breakfasts and lunch, but we were planning to cook dinner that night, so we went to a Fred Meyer that was nearby, and guys, Fred Meyer is cool. Like, I don't know if we just happened to go to the coolest location that there was. It had a whole section of clothes on one side of the store, like a Kohl's. They had like a huge home. I think they also had a garden section. Like it was so great. The only bad thing is that we didn't realize how important it was to have like be part of their loyalty program. We were not. So we actually ended up spending a lot of money on groceries. Still within our budget, but for the amount of stuff we got, we were kind of like, this is really expensive. So after we got our groceries, we drove back to our Airbnb to drop them off, and we packed a picnic because after that we were going to Mount Tabor in Portland. And this is not like a huge tall mountain, but it's basically just like a really steep hill with a lot of trees around it. You can hike up or walk up, drive up, whatever. So we drove up most of the way and parked, and then we kind of walked all the way up to the top. And at the top there was a little gap in the trees where you could see like a straight shot view over the river into like Portland City proper. So it was really cool. So we set up our picnic blanket and we had a picnic there. That's where we ate our lunch. We had to get back to the Airbnb by 4 because Jesse had to TA for one of his graduate courses. So he did that from 4 to 6. I basically just hung around, read a bunch of books, and I cooked dinner for us because that was the one night that we were going to eat dinner at our Airbnb. That was by far and away our most chill day. We had kind of like a slow morning, slept in, and then that night we just ate dinner and kind of hung around the Airbnb. We played a Would You Rather game. We watched couples therapy. It was really nice. We did leave at one point after dinner because I wanted ice cream, so we went out and got ice cream at a place just around the corner and then came back. But it was a very chill evening, very relaxing. It was super great. The next morning we had breakfast outside at our Airbnb. Then we got dressed for the day and headed off along the Columbia River down on the Oregon side. We wanted to hit a couple waterfalls. Our ultimate destination that day was Hood River, which we had heard a lot of good things about and our friends who live in Washington recommended. So we had like a whole day itinerary. We drove along, I think it's the Columbia Historic Highway, Historic Scenic Highway, something like that. But we drove along that for most of the route, and our first stop was Lateral Falls. This was definitely a great appetizer for the day. It was not the only waterfall that we saw, but it was really cool. You got a great view of it from down below, but you could also hike up. I think it went all the way to the top. We didn't go all the way up there, but we went about halfway, and it was some pretty cool views. You could also go down and actually like get in the waterfall if you wanted to. And then just a couple miles further down the road from Lateral Falls, there was this beautiful landmark. I think it was called Crown Point Vista House, or the house at Crown Point Vista. It is a gorgeous historic building. I'm not actually sure what the purpose of the building is because it was closed. The reason we went there is because it's this gorgeous roundabout that has the most beautiful scenic overlook of the Columbia River. I mean, the view that we saw up there might be my favorite view that we saw on the entire trip. It was just so gorgeous. And the building was also super beautiful. I loved the architecture. After we finished there, we headed east to Multnomah Falls. This was kind of our like big stop for the day that we were really excited about. And this was super cool. I have not ever seen a waterfall like this. It was so tall. Like, it was hard to capture it in one vertical picture because it was so tall. And there's kind of like two portions that you can stand on. You can view it from down below, but you can also walk up to a little bridge. And it's kind of cool. They built up that area around it. So there was a restaurant, a gift shop, obviously a visitor center, like information center. And so it was really cute there. I had to get ice cream on my way out because I saw people walking around with ice cream cones, and I'm easily influenced. I hope that the picture that we took turned out. After that, it was early afternoon, around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we continued on to Hood River, and we stopped just on the outskirts at a taco truck, and it was so good. We love tacos. It's one of our kind of favorite foods that Jesse and I can both enjoy together, and these tacos did not disappoint. The only bad thing is a yellow jacket kept like flying in my tacos, which was really annoying. Oh gosh.
No.
Oh gosh, eat that. Then we parked at Hood River and we walked around on Oak Street. That's kind of like the main street where there's a lot of shops and things to do. We mostly just walked into shops. There was a bookstore and there was a lot of cute shops and just places to see. And then we headed down to like the waterfront area, which was super packed. There was a ton of people. Is it kite surfing, windsurfing? I'm not sure which one is which, but there were a lot of people doing that on the water. There was a tap room where you could go up and it had kind of a cool view of the water and of like the Columbia River and people, you know, on the water doing their water activities. So we stopped there to have a drink and just kind of, you know, relax and enjoy the weather. Then we had dinner at this restaurant called Riverside. It is right on the Columbia River. It's so beautiful. It has great reviews and it's also in a Best Western Plus. It's kind of funny. This is the second time that Jesse and I have been in Oregon and I have taken us to a hotel restaurant that was delicious. It's like weird that it happened twice, right? I don't know. Then we drove back home. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive back home. So it wasn't too bad. I mostly just read on the way home. Hi. This is a terrible angle. It is probably getting close to like 9 o'clock. We are actually leaving tomorrow at the butt crack of dawn because we are going to go hike Mount Rainier. So we have to pack all of our stuff tonight so that it's ready to go in the morning because we truly need to get up at like 4:30 in the morning. So not excited about that. But I wanted to show you guys what we got today, because we did a little bit of shopping. A bunch of this stuff is kind of like not junk, but I keep a scrapbook of all of the film pictures that I take. It's usually mostly just when we go on vacation, but I like to kind of collect like trash while we're out and about, or just like random little things so that I can cut them up and put them in the scrapbook. So I got this brochure from the River Gorge. I also kept our receipt from the gift shop. I thought this was so cute. It's this like Mount Hood, Columbia River Gorge pamphlet, and it shows like all 4 of them. I just really liked the illustrations on it, and then if you open it up, it's this big map, which is so cute. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, like how I'm gonna put this in the scrapbook, but I really liked this. And then I always try to get postcards wherever we go to put in the scrapbook, and usually stickers. So I got this sticker says Multnomah Falls, Oregon. I thought that was super cute. And then I also got a postcard at Multnomah Falls, which was so pretty. I love the colors in it. And then I also got a postcard at the Columbia Gorge. This was at a different gift shop. And I got this really cool postcard that has like an illustration of Oregon, just because I thought the art style was really cool. So I always get postcards because they're cheap. These postcards were like $1.50, $2 at most. Postcards are super cheap, so I love to get them when we go places, and I just put them in my scrapbook. I did some shopping in Hood River. I got this postcard in Hood River, and it is kind of like a scrapbooky design style of one of the streets that we were walking down, and it says small town big heart, and it's got like other words superimposed into it. It's done by like, these are designed by a local artist, printed on postcards, which I thought was really cool. And I had to spend $5 there to be able to use cards, so I also got a sticker that says Hood River on it. And then I bought this for my friend slash coworker because I sent her a picture and she was like, you need to buy that, I'll pay you for it. So it has the ACOTAR books on it, and it says, if Sarah writes it, I'm reading it. And this was $6, which is a lot for a sticker, I feel like. And then we each got like a sweatshirt situation. So Jesse got this t-shirt at the falls. It's like this muted navy bluish, and it says Multnomah Falls, Oregon, and the back is so cute. It has this really cool illustration on it. And then I'm always on the hunt for cute crew necks, and we've been to Oregon several times, and I've not really gotten anything Oregon branded. Oh, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So it says Oregon and it says Multnomah Falls. It's super soft on the inside, and I really liked the cuffed sleeves. And on one of the sleeves it has this really cute little Oregon OR like emblem. I thought that was so cute. So that was all the shopping that we did today. But yeah, I gotta get packing, and then we are gonna probably just go straight to bed. So I will see you guys in the morning. And on Thursday, I agreed to wake up at 4 a.m. We drove to Mount Rainier National Park.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi.
Could I do a 12-ounce iced latte with oat milk, and then also a 16-ounce hot latte with oat milk?
Is that all?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the hot one.
Thank you. Can't drink mine yet, probably.
Mmm.
You good?
Yum. Really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You
You
too.
Let's rock and roll.
Hello. Good, how are you?
Good. Just a 1 to 7 day pass or an annual pass today?
Just 1 to 7.
Yeah, absolutely. $30, please.
Thank you.
Thanks. You too.
That's a sunrise.
Ooh, wow. Extra food, extra water, emergency shelter. Well, I did pack extra food because I put a banana in my backpack, and I
put a
hate
banana in
bananas.
my backpack. And what's that for?
It's for me. You never know. We could get stranded out there, and I have to.
Can you eat a banana?
Yeah, I would eat a banana out of necessity. We ended up not getting there until closer to 8, and then by the time we parked, ate our breakfast in the car, got all our gear ready, and actually got to the base of the trail, it was like 9 o'clock. Okay, well, it's a really good day to be hiking, as you see the beautiful view of the mountain. We picked like the worst day.
We can see the waterfall though. Feels great out here.
It does feel really nice, but we picked the worst day to go hike the mountain, I guess. We should have done it yesterday when the weather was nice. And we were originally going to go tomorrow, but it was going to be raining, so we thought we would switch it and come today. We didn't think about fog.
Maybe we'll extend our trip.
Yeah, right.
And stay with Andrew Bailey. Come again on Monday.
Some of us have jobs. We have to work. It was so foggy, and for basically the first half of the hike, I was upset because the sun didn't really want to come out until later in the afternoon. So we didn't see the mountain at all on the entire hike up to the top of the trail. Stopped for lunch. And this is the view. But we saw the sun,
Put it down there.
snow, ice. Sun was starting to peek through the clouds a little bit, but it's probably gonna be a while till any of this gets burned off. So we're just gonna eat and we're gonna hike back down.
We saw the mountain for a second. Somewhere over there.
And there's chipmunks everywhere trying to eat our food. Hi. Hi. You sure? Oh my gosh, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We did the Skyline Trail, which is, funnily enough, the most popular hike on Mount Rainier. It was the one that was recommended to us by our friends. It is also one of the most strenuous hikes that you can do there. The very beginning of the hike is you just walking up at like a 45-degree incline for, I don't know, 20 minutes. I don't even know how far it was, but I was dying. Like, I legit looked at Jesse and was like, I think we may have made a mistake. I don't know if I can do this. I don't really work out very much, so my body was not necessarily prepared to hike 5.5 miles up and down 1,800 feet of elevation. Like, that's a lot. But I did it. And it was worth it in the end, even though it was very foggy the whole way up. There were at least a lot of beautiful wildflowers to look at while we were hiking, and the views were still cool. Like, the landscape was still cool. We saw a lot of marmots, we saw a lot of chipmunks, but it was all worth it because when we got to the top of the trail, this time it was about 11:30ish when we got up there. So we sat down to eat lunch. I literally go to grab my sandwich, take a bite, and I turn over and the mountain is just there. Like, all of a sudden the people around us were like, oh my gosh, there it is. Like, the sun burned through the fog like that. It was immediate. And it was beautiful. I mean, it was breathtaking how vast this mountain is. We were very lucky to be there at the exact moment that we were, and we were able to see it. If I had hiked that whole trail and not seen the mountain at all, I would have been extremely upset. There's only really 2 or 3 months out of the year where you actually have good enough weather to be able to see a beautiful view and enjoy it. So we ate our lunch and then we headed down the mountain. You go through kind of a really beautiful like meadow situation, lots of little waterfalls, like streams running through. It was very gorgeous, lots of wildflowers, a lot more marmots and chipmunks. We also saw a mink, which I've never seen a mink before in my life. I literally thought it was a ferret. I told our friends who live there and they were like, ferrets don't live there. And so I looked it up and it was a mink and it was so cute. I didn't get a picture of it because it was running so fast, but it was so precious. Its little ears and its little ferret tail. Ugh, my gosh. And it was a very strenuous hike. By the end, I was very impressed with myself that I was able to do it all. And I wanted to reward myself with some postcards and stickers from the gift shop. We made it back. We're driving home now. Oh my gosh, my feet hurt so bad and I look crazy. But it was great because we got to see the mountain. It would have been really sad if we hiked that whole thing and the fog never cleared up. But it cleared like right at the last minute.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. I got some more junk from my scrapbook. And some stickers from the gift shop.
So we saw some cool animals.
Yeah, I got a marmot sticker because we saw so many marmots. It was ridiculous. We also saw a ferret, which was the cutest thing ever, and we saw a deer right at the end, and we saw a bunch of chipmunks, obviously, and then I got a couple postcards as well. So yeah, now we need more coffee. So And the day before, we had called our friends whose baby shower we were supposed to go to but had to miss out on. And we chatted with them and told them that we were going to be hiking Mount Rainier. And we asked if we could come and hang out with them that evening because they are not a far detour from like where you turn off of the major highway to get there. They offered to cook us dinner, which was very lovely of them. So we left the park around 2-ish and stopped and got more coffee, and then we headed to their house. They live in Chehalis, Washington, which is a very small town, and we love it there, partially just due to how wonderful they are and how beautiful their house is and their hospitality. We just love every moment that we get to spend with them. They are basically the reason that we want to move to the Pacific Northwest, because we visited them for Labor Day last year, and that was both of our first times going to Washington. It was just the most beautiful, magical weekend that we could have spent anywhere in the world, and that's what made us fall in love with the area. So we always hold a special place in our heart for them and their house. And we basically just caught up with them and got to spend time with them, which is wonderful that we were able to fit that in since we didn't get to go to their baby shower. They cooked us a delicious steak dinner. It was so lovely. We ate outside. We played card games. We had a couple bottles of wine. It was lovely. And we woke up the next morning and had coffee, and they also made us breakfast, which was very sweet of them. We left their house around 10:30-ish in the morning. We just left our friends Andrew and Bailey's house, and I am sad because every moment that I spend at their house is like healing to the deepest parts of my soul. We love spending time at their house. It's so beautiful. The weather is always just gorgeous. In the summer, the sun is out until like 9:30. We stayed up kind of late last night, played cards and had some wine. We are now on our way to Portland. Probably get there around noon or so. We're gonna go have lunch at Eam. It is a like Thai barbecue place that looks really good. And then we're gonna go to the bookstore. I'm so excited to go back to Powell's. I love Powell's. I'm gonna do a whole other video there that I don't think will be out by the time this video comes out, but stay tuned for that because it's gonna be really fun.
This has happened enough times.
Oh, my poor book. My freaking book got water damage. I'm so upset.
Oh,
the pages aren't too bad. Like, the pages are honestly fine. They're a little bit wrinkled, but it's really just the cover. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to buy another copy of this book because I wanted to display them without the dust jackets. Like, I wanted, because the other one says Dear Iris on the typewriter, so I wanted them to be like side by side. They can't display it like that. Let's go. And then we headed back out for lunch at Eam, which is a like Thai barbecue fusion restaurant, and it was so good. It reminded me of Laura, which is a restaurant here in Austin that I am obsessed with. I would highly recommend Eam to anybody. It was so good. And there was a handful of cute shops along the same street, so we walked and just kind of shopped for a little bit. Didn't really find anything, but I knew I was about to drop some cash because after that we drove across the river to Burnside Street, which is where Powell's is, which is my favorite bookstore in the world. It is also the largest independently owned bookstore in the world, and it is a slice of heaven on earth for us book lovers. It takes up an entire city block, so there is a lot. There's over 1 million books in that store. It is very overwhelming, and it is very beautiful. We stopped there because I wanted to film a video where I buy a book from every floor of Powell's and also go to a couple other locations to buy books at, which won't be up by the time this video goes live, but it will be up soon. So keep an eye out for that because the books that I got are so good. I'm so excited to start reading them. I cannot wait. I literally had no free room in any of our 4 bags after I bought these 6 books. I actually bought extra books, which I shouldn't have, but we truly had to like sit on suitcase to close it to get everything packed. It was a lot. And after all that, we headed back to our Airbnb. And given all of the week's events and how sore we were from hiking the day before, we really just wanted to have a chill, calm evening in. We got in our jammies and just hung around. We watched Mission Impossible, and we walked to get takeout pizza to bring back to the Airbnb and have for dinner. We also stopped for ice cream because I have no willpower. We're walking to get pizza.
On a pizza crawl.
So cool. Yeah. Cheers. You can't even see my ice cream under all this whipped cream.
Oh. How is it?
Yeah.
This is really good. The sauce.
You're right. Oh my gosh. The crust is like perfect. It was just a wonderful way to end our trip, to just kind of get to be together, share a delicious meal. That pizza was also incredible. I think it was called Pizzeria Spallina, and it was just a perfect way to end our trip. We started our trip with pizza, that was our first meal, and then we ended our trip with pizza. We just finished eating dinner, and it was so delicious. We had pizza. We are watching Mission Impossible now, as you can see. We fly out tomorrow morning, so we're just gonna kind of take it easy and snuggle up on this couch and watch TV for the rest of the night. I wanted to show you guys the 2 books that I got from Powell's that are not part of the buying books from every floor because I couldn't help myself. Jesse saw in the young adult section, they had the first book in the Legendborn series, which I told him that I've been wanting to read this, and so he happened to see it and was like, you should get it. And it was used, so it was only $8. And then in the architecture section, this was also a used book, which is also why I got it and was okay with getting it. It was only $11, and it is West Coast Victorians. This is such like a me book, but it's just full of beautiful Victorian houses, which my dream in life is to live in a Queen Anne house. So I thought this would be a really cute, kind of like coffee table book to have. I'm excited to look through and like read more about some of these houses because it seems like a lot of them are historic in some way. Like this house is literally my dream house. Hello? So yeah, those are the 2 books I got at the bookstore. We got up at 7 the next morning and we headed to the airport.
Which bag is that?
Mine, you're gonna have to wheel my bag through the airport. So you put some in there. I have high water on them.
Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really heavy. Well, we are stopped for gas. We have to drop off the rental car. I'm hoping that I can get it together and finish my dang book because I've been reading the second Divine Rivals book like this whole trip and I've not been doing a very good job. We've been doing so much driving that I thought for sure I would finish that. I also brought my Kobo. I was like, I could maybe knock out 2 books or an audiobook or something, but I've been just tired a lot, and so I don't always want to read when I'm tired. Surely in that 4 hours I'll be able to finish my book, so. Okay. To the airport! Let the car return. We got coffee at the airport, and I also stopped at the Little Pals location at the airport for part of the video as well. So I did have to squeeze one more book into my suitcase after we got through security, but I was able to do it, and then we flew home. Our flight left at around 11 a.m. and because of the time change, we ended up landing at around 4:50ish, 5 o'clock in the evening. Oh my gosh! Whoa! No! Give me your booty. Whoa. Also, funnily enough, the power was out in our cul-de-sac when we got back. So needless to say, it started to get warm real fast, and we didn't really know what to do. But my mom's friend had just given them a puzzle of a bunch of card games. So Jesse and I, my parents, just sat around the dining table and put together this puzzle for as long as possible until the power came back on. We knew it might not be on until 12:30. That was the estimate. And we legitimately sat there with like 10 different camping lights and flashlights strung up all over the place so that we could put this puzzle together. And thankfully the power came back on at 11:30. My parents are very sweet for staying up so late with us to help us do this puzzle, and we got it almost all the way done. We finished it this morning, so that was actually a really lovely way for us to come back and kind of spend the rest of our Saturday. So yeah, that was our trip. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and let me know if you like this format where I also do a little bit of like voiceover and kind of talking to you guys about what we did on the trip. Let me know down below if you guys have ever been to the Pacific Northwest, where you've been, if you've been to any of these places. So yeah, that's it. See you later. Bye.